God gives children to parents. He doesn't give them to ministers. He gives them to parents.
Now that is so profound.
And as a parent, it's your responsibility to guard jealously the growth of your children. Because you might take ministry on so hard and ignore your children.
That's
and because
so
you are fighting on the front lines,
Yeah.
you know the easiest way to defeat a people is when you go and meet with them on the battlefield, and some of the soldiers come back to the house and you start hearing shouts from the home. They are killing you. Abandon the battlefield, and that's when they'll pursue and kill you.
Yes.
So both ways
you lose.
Wow. So a lot of so-called ministers do not have time for their children. And another thing is that they try to spoon feed me forcefully Christ. Don't work like that. Just because I'm born in a biological family that believes in Christ does not mean I will
be a Christian eventually.
Modeling that Christ-like life, praying for that child and the eternal destiny that God has brought them into. For example, when I start discipling people in the jungle, one of the prayers I pray is, Father, do not give this person rest till he aligns with your eternal plan for person. Because God has an eternal plan for everybody. So as I keep praying that prayer, whether they like it or not, there's an spiritual energy that is pushing them into perfect alignment with God. So that's the issue. If you try to force Christianity, you become like the Roman Catholic Church back then when they were killing nations, and forcing them to become Christians. But it wasn't by conversion.
That's right.
It was by citizenship. So it's not true Christianity, basically. So that is what. And then there's so much expectation on ministers' children.
That's right.
If you do anything, they'll say,
he's a pastor's child.
Yeah. So without the attention that most ministers give the ministry, they don't give their children. By the time they come back, they are tired. They need to travel here. And then they entrust their children into people's hands. And when things go wrong, because they are ministers, they like to conceal that information. If a pastor's daughter is being raped, there are ministers' daughters that I know in this town that have been raped and are sleeping around with a lot of people. But it can't be brought out. And because it's not treated, that person literally loses their life. So it is important that parents give attention to their children and put up a structure whereby these children will be secure. It is important. So that it is not everybody that you allow to your home. It is important. If you don't do that, the devil just needs a few minutes. Once he strikes, and then I studied sociology and anthropology. Most women are raped by their pastors, their teachers, their cousins,
people closest,
men around,
people closest, basically,
by their uncles, their relations. So if you don't guard against that, there are tips like don't allow your daughter to sit down on people's lap and open her leg. Let her not get. There are certain tips that you have to, and even the male child, they don't care about the male child. Go and play anywhere you want. Go to auntie's house. Come and take.
Right, boy.
But even when I shared with some guys, they were like, but I didn't know that this thing really affects guys. Because the guy said there's this girl that they grew up in barracks. She would just come and gather 20 small boys. She would stay in an uncompleted building, and everyone would just come and have sex with her, even though they know what they are doing or not. Just imagine how the devil was using that lady, to destroy the lives of these guys. And they didn't know. They just found out that they were either thugs or their life was shipwrecked. You don't know how possessed that girl is, and she's just mixing up everything. And why would she want to do that kind of thing? Probably she was also abused. Because there's a principle: hurt people, heal people, become healing agents.